But what they don't tell you is how many souls still lie beneath. Welcome to the ghost ships of the Great Lakes. For centuries, ships crossed the Great Lakes carrying grain, coal, and dreams of a better life. They called them the inland seas, 5 vast lakes holding more water than the oceans of Europe combined. But the lakes could turn from calm to chaos in minutes, swallowing entire vessels whole. Over 6,000 ships have vanished here, and only half have ever been found. The stories of these voyages are etched into the very fabric of the region, tales of ambition and tragedy passed down through generations. These weren't just cargo ships, they were lifelines, connecting burgeoning cities and carrying the hopes of countless families seeking prosperity in a new land. Every journey was a gamble against nature's unpredictable power. The placid, shimmering surfaces we see on a summer's day hide a history of sudden, violent storms that can rise without warning. Waves can swell to monstrous heights, and winds can scream with hurricane force, turning a routine trip into a desperate fight for survival. This unforgiving nature is why the lake beds are littered with the steel and wooden skeletons of vessels that lost their battle. Of the thousands that went down, many remain undiscovered. Their final locations a mystery, their stories waiting in the silent, cold depths. Perhaps the most famous disappearance of all is that of the SS Edmund Fitzgerald on November 10, 1975. This 729-foot giant, one of the most powerful and modern freighters ever built, vanished during a brutal storm on Lake Superior. She was a titan of the lakes, a workhorse known for her size and reliability, which made her sudden loss all the more shocking. On that fateful day, winds reached an astonishing 100 kilometers per hour, and the waves rose higher than houses, relentlessly pounding the ship. 29 men were aboard. Seasoned sailors who knew these waters well. None of them survived. The ship simply disappeared from radar without a single distress call. One moment, its captain reported they were holding our own, and the next, there was only silence. For years, her fate was a complete mystery. It wasn't until 17 years later that the wreck was finally located, resting on the lake bed, split cleanly in two. The discovery only deepened the enigma. What could have snapped a vessel of that magnitude in half so quickly? Was it a rogue wave, a structural failure, or something else entirely? The Fitzgerald's story became a legend, immortalized in song and whispered in lakeside towns, a stark reminder of the lake's power. Locals call Lake Superior the graveyard of ships, and for good reason. The stories that emerge from these cold waters are as chilling as the depths themselves. Divers who venture down to explore the wrecks often return with unsettling tales. They claim that their compasses fail, spinning wildly as they approach certain sunken vessels. Lights have been known to flicker and die without explanation, plunging them into absolute darkness hundreds of feet below the surface. More unnerving are the auditory phenomena. Some divers report hearing voices echoing through the water, faint whispers that seem to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. One experienced explorer even swore he saw a shadow swimming beside him in the murky depths, a shadow shaped, distinctly like a man, moving with an unnatural grace before vanishing into the gloom. Are these just tricks of the mind, brought on by the immense pressure and isolation of the deep, or is there something more to these claims? The lake keeps its secrets well, and the countless wrecks that lie within its embrace have become focal points for stories that blur the line between reality and the supernatural. However, modern technology is beginning to pull back the curtain on these long-lost mysteries. Advanced sonar mapping has revealed dozens of previously unknown wrecks resting miles below the surface. Unlike shipwrecks in saltwater, which are quickly consumed by marine life and corrosion, the frigid freshwater of the Great Lakes acts as a remarkable preservative. Down in the dark, silent abyss, time seems to stand still. Vessels that sank over a century ago are found in astonishingly good condition, appearing as if they went down only yesterday. In one ship, a clock was found still ticking, its mechanism frozen at the exact moment of impact. In another, a captain's journal lies open on a desk in his cabin. The ink preserved mid-sentence, the final thoughts of a doomed man captured for eternity. These discoveries are like opening time capsules. They offer an intimate, poignant glimpse into the final moments of these ships and their crews. Each newly found wreck is a floating museum, a ghost ship holding stories of its final voyage, perfectly preserved by the cold, waiting for someone to finally read its last chapter. So, what is it about these waters? Some say it's just the storms, powerful and unpredictable forces of nature that have claimed ships for centuries. Others believe the lakes are cursed, that they are ancient burial waters that never release what they take. Legends speak of a spiritual power within the lakes, a presence that jealously guards its domain. Intriguingly, science offers its own layer of mystery. Researchers have found significant magnetic anomalies in certain areas of the Great Lakes, places where the Earth's magnetic field is unusually distorted. It's in these very spots that compasses are known to spin endlessly, rendering traditional navigation useless. Is this a geological coincidence, a simple quirk of the planet? Or could it be connected to the countless disappearances? The line between scientific fact and folklore blurs here. These anomalies provide a tangible, measurable strangeness that lends a chilling credence to the legends. Perhaps the truth is a combination of both violent weather, geological oddities, and a history so tragic it has seeped into the very water itself, creating a place where the veil between worlds feels thin. Beneath the calm, beautiful surface of the Great Lakes, thousands of lost souls rest in an eternal, cold silence. Their stories are a testament to the courage and peril of life on these inland seas. But sometimes, when the fog rolls in thick and heavy off the water, when the world grows quiet and muffled, Fishermen still claim to hear a faint, distant sound. They say it's the bells of the Edmund Fitzgerald, echoing through the Meester ghostly tribute to all the lives the lakes have claimed. Thank you for joining us on this journey into one of America's forgotten mysteries. If you were captivated by this story, do not forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more hidden stories from beneath the surface. We'll see you next time.